Hi everyone, it's Ryan here. Hey, so if you've been watching some of my vlogs and you work in the property industry, you know what is very important to make things happen, and that is people. It's all about people. It's about making sure that they're comfortable, that they have the right equipment to be able to deliver and perform their roles, and also make sure that when they do turn up in the morning, that the lights turn on, the air conditioning's on, the place is clean. So what not better way to highlight this wonderful industry by talking to other professionals in the industry. Now, I've got a very special guest today. Um, I've known this person for quite some time, and we've worked together very closely for a number of years, and that is Rebekah Peni, my wife. Yep. So Niche FM is based on on family values, and we actually work together. So hello, Rebekah.
Hello.
And we've got our coffee, so we're going to have a chat over a coffee, and then we've actually got to finish this and go to Ashburton together for a meeting. So Rebekah, I've got 3 questions for you, and then you can ask me one. Very similar format to what we did last week with some other people. So I guess first and foremost, what do you do in Niche FM?
So my role in Niche FM is Associate Director, which basically means I do a bit of everything. At the moment, focusing a lot on our social media marketing, proposals, tenders, client meetings, and just supporting everyone else in the business.
So one thing that Rebekah hasn't mentioned is that she also makes sure that I turn up at the right place at the right time, and that I do what I'm supposed to do, and that I pay that tax when I have to pay that tax. So it's really been massive support, and as you can tell, regardless of what industry or what profession you're in, you need that real anchor to make sure that you get things done. So tell me, Rebekah, how did you get into facilities management? Now, before we do this, I just want to explain something very quickly. We're a facilities management business, but this isn't your first role in facilities management, is it?
No. So I actually started out as a graphic designer a long time ago, and I ended up falling into facilities management with a company that I worked for, had done some graphic design work for, and then ended up working in their service centre, which was dispatching jobs and accounts and finance and stuff for them. So that's where I started doing facilities management before I even knew what it was.
So you're an accidental facilities manager.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that are accidental facilities managers, myself included. I don't even know what it was. So it's quite fascinating to see the transformation of a lot of people that have started things in a very different industry. For example, graphic design. And Rebekah actually owned a graphic design company before getting into facilities management. And myself, I was a professional musician. I played the tuba for a living before I fell into facilities management. So it's quite interesting. Now, what would you say is your number one highlight, apart from working with me, in facilities management?
My number one highlight would be working with the company that I worked for previously. I was involved in a power generation company, which was awesome because it was really diverse, and I got to see a whole lot of things that people wouldn't normally get to see, including wind turbines, hydro power stations, underground and mountains and tunnels, and all sorts of exciting things. So the highlight for me was definitely being involved in that industrial side.
Yeah, it is true. I used to manage corporate property. So I managed when Rebekah was working at this particular company, I managed a very large portfolio. But I tell you what, my stories weren't as exciting as Rebekah's, going through tunnels, putting on all the high-vis vests, doing height training and going at the top of wind turbines. I've been told off for calling them windmills. Rebekah corrected me, they're wind turbines. So that's really exciting. So I guess that just gives you a little bit of a snapshot of where Rebekah's come from. Rebekah is also one of the founding directors of Niche Management Group, which is actually a majority shareholder of Niche FM. So between Rebekah and I, we have a number of activities that we're involved in. Rebekah's also the managing director of Niche Equestrian, which is a really cool business, a hobby that she's taken into the business field, which is fantastic. Obviously Niche FM, and also we've been involved in a number of other businesses that kind of keep us busy, doesn't it? So do you have a question for me?
Yeah, how's it working with me?
How's it working with you? You've been working together. So I get this question all the time. What's it like working with your wife? And you know what? It's actually really, really cool. So we made a very clear decision in the early days, didn't we, to make sure that if and when you came into the business, we kept separate roles. And that's what we've tried to do. And of course, look, we have disagreements like any other colleague in industry. But I think the real great thing about this and working with Rebekah is she's got a very good, sensible and practical mind, and she's able to see things in a different way. And to answer your question, I think it's excellent. I mean, we get to experience everything together. The good times, the bad times, we work through it. Obviously, we're at our home office at the moment before we hop in the ute and head down to Ashburton. But we have a really good working relationship, and I think the great thing is that we have practiced very, very hard to, when we get to Friday, it switches off and there's no business over the weekend, which I used to be very bad at, but I'm getting better at that. So, yeah, I think it's excellent. I think it's great. I enjoy working with you. I know everyone else enjoys working with you, and it's just keep on keeping on doing the wonderful things that we're doing. So anyway, enjoy your coffee, and thanks for taking the time. And I look forward to coming to you very, very shortly with a number of other awesome people that we work in. And as I said to you at the start of the video, it's all about people. So let's highlight these wonderful professionals that they don't have to work in the industry. Everyone in some capacity is working in or around the built environment. So I think that's really cool, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Awesome.